Welcome, Amy Barney here. So I had this realization the other day, and I don't know, I really do not like the entitlement mentality. It's something I try to avoid, but I kind of thought that maybe I was acting a little entitled. And so I had a little reality check, and I'd like to share what happened. So my son's therapy with autism, we've lost our entire team for his therapy. We've lost the supervisor, the case manager, and our BI quit too. They all went to another company, another place, another employment. And on top of all this going on, everybody gone, plus I fired the one that, was so condescending and rude and to me the first meeting that we had. So we're kind of in limbo, like a big limbo. And on top of this, the company has been having a lot of scheduling issues, not telling me when my therapist canceled. And I'd be calling after therapy's supposed to be, have started and be like, hey, where's Taryn? Oh, she actually called in sick like 12 hours ago. So stuff like that just kept happening. And I just, we had such a really good team. And, that's part of in this field with autism and therapy, you get a lot of people that are just learning. And that's okay, right? I am grateful, but I think I've gotten used to expecting amazing people because we've had really great therapists. And so to lose our team that we work so well with and that we've been working with for a very long time has been really hard for me. And it's been a little emotional to know that I have to start over from scratch because, with autism, with therapy, it takes some rapport. My son doesn't really listen until he, gets to know the person better and he respects them and there's some rapport. And along that path, it's very bumpy, okay? And it's a pain in the rear to go through it and to have to start all over with an entire new team who needs to get to know my son and to deal with the meltdowns and the screaming and the yelling and the throwing of the toys and, all of that. I was just like, do I really want to do this? Maybe it's time to jump ship, right? Go to a different company. Maybe I should just start over and go to where our normal therapist, she went to a different company. But then I had this thought. I thought, maybe it isn't always about me. Right? Or my son. Yes, therapy is for my son. It is. We receive therapy for him. But maybe it doesn't always have to be about him and me. That kind of turned the perspective for me. And I was like, okay, ultimately it is. But it is for him. But isn't it true in life that he's going to come across people every day who do not know how to communicate with him, that do not understand him, that have no rapport with him, and that he's going to have to interact with. He's not going to be in a bubble with therapists and supervisors that know him well and know the right words to use to get him to perform and to change the way he behaves. And so, honestly, it's not a bad thing to get an entire new team. Yes, it's a pain. It's frustrating. And I have to resist the urge to go in there and save the therapist. Because that's what's going on, right? We had a sub yet last night. And at the end of it, he's screaming at her. He's yelling at her, refusing to do what she asked, throwing toys. And I'm like, it's frustrating. And so maybe it's not just about us, It does make it hard, but it isn't all one-sided. The people that we had were amazing, but they didn't start that way. And this is a blessing that we have, that we've been given here in California, that we have all this support. We have all these services set up. And I think sometimes we can take things for granted that are given to us, and we just expect to get the best all the time, when it's completely free and it's a blessing to us. But maybe it isn't always going to be pretty, and maybe it isn't even going to be very successful for a while. We're going to have to start over, and it might be painful, and it's going to be a lot of screaming and frustration. But maybe that is just what that person needs, whoever it is that's coming to take over, because I still don't know. Maybe it's just what they need to learn to be a better therapist, to be able to grow in the next step, to be able to help more people. And so instead of being negative and complaining, I kind of got a little reality check there. Hey, I'm being entitled. I hate being entitled. I hate that mentality. And so instead of being negative and frustrated, I'm going to try and have a different mentality towards this, and I'm going to try and refrain from entering when he's throwing a fit, and give him a chance to grow, give him a chance to learn and use the skills that they've been taught, even though they're brand spanking new and have no experience, but give them that chance to be pushed and to be tried, because we do not grow until we pass through those things. So lesson that I learned from myself, just, that little thought of inspiration, is that sometimes we just need to let it go and just go with the flow. Yes, I can switch companies, and I called scheduling and I told them, I said, if things don't change, I am going to switch companies. I'm thinking about it. We've lost our entire team. I don't have anybody that's connecting me to this company. And you guys are not calling me to let me know when people are not showing up, and it's disrupting our schedules. So I'm willing to make that change if needed, but I think I'm going to give them a shot and see what they can do, and give them a chance to learn and grow by being in our home. It doesn't have to be perfect, because honestly, my son is going to run into people every day who don't understand him, and he's going to need to learn to deal with that. So that's my thought. Learn to let things go and go with the flow. And maybe it isn't about you, even though it is for you, the service, whatever it is that's going on in your life. Maybe it's a teacher. I don't know if you've ever had teachers that drive you crazy. My daughter is telling me all the time about these high school teachers and the things they do, and I'm just like, But maybe it isn't about us. Maybe these people need the experience that they're going through. Maybe they need the feedback they're getting from the kids who are so frustrated in the class. And maybe I need to just leave it alone, because that's just what they need to grow, to become a better person. And, often in the service fields that are school, therapies, they deal with a lot of irate parents. And maybe just being that one supportive parent that gives them space to breathe and learn and grow, maybe that'll make the difference in that person's life. You never know. So just a thought, whoever you're interacting in life, you just never know that nobody's perfect. And you might just be able to help them learn and grow through being patient and just letting things go with the flow. So anyways, I thought I'd share that. It was kind of eye-opening to me. I didn't ever think I'd fall into that mentality of being entitled. And I definitely don't want to be that way, because we're so very grateful for the therapy we have. And so we're going forward, and I'm going to embrace these new people, and I'm going to let them learn and grow with my son, and I'm going to do my best not to interfere. It's so hard. I hate hearing him screaming at him. I really do. But they need to learn how to handle it, and I'm going to do my best to not step in. All right, I hope you guys are having a great day. Love you all. If you have any questions about anything that I share, feel free to reach out to me. And if you have any comments on maybe experiences you've had where you step back instead of interfering and it was a growing experience for either you or the other person, I'd love to hear it. All right, I will see you all tomorrow morning. Bye.